Okay.
And we are back. We were just talking about snow. Okay, so welcome back. The party is currently in what appears to be a facility called Medical Recreation, and they are searching for some identification or some reasoning for a blood sample that they found called what the street doc identified as ID459, and that's what they're currently looking for at the moment. And they currently appear to be in this setup that has somebody a cam dropped? Oh no, sorry, no, it's my fault. Yeah, they appear to be in this setup with drones going along the place. And they seem to encounter two drones that seem to be doing medical or scientific jobs in the current room that they're in. But apart from that, all seems to currently be quiet. They managed to infiltrate the facility via picking the madlock outside. And that is where we left them. So, without further ado, let's get straight back into the adventure.
So Studley's going to he's going to keep out of the way of the door so that it doesn't activate, and he's going to say to the other two, whilst you were having a look at these desks, I was monitoring how the consistency of the drones going by, and I do believe I have made a significant breakthrough on the time in between each one passing. So I suggest you follow me when I make a move, and he's going to go and stand next to the door, just off to one side, and he's going to listen. And he's listening for a drone to go by.
Okay, make a perception roll then. Yeah,
Three successes.
Yeah, with 3 successes, you hear one that passes the door and then passes by you.
Okay, so he's going to leave it 2 seconds. After that, he's going to go in front of the sensor so that the door opens.
The door naturally does open.
Yeah, he's going to look to his left to make sure there's nothing coming before heading to his right.
Yeah, so to your left, you can see that there's another door there. This door here. Can you see
I know
that?
where you're pinging. Yeah,
that door doesn't exist. That's just a wall.
Okay.
But you can see. You should be able to see one here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's going to Studley's going to go up to the corner.
Yeah.
Remembering to press Alt so that he can get onto it. He's going to have a quick look to the right, counting the seconds, so you can actually hear him counting the seconds off in his, sort of like.
Can you just use north, south, east, and west, because then, just in case somebody's so you're looking down the east.
Yeah, so he's looking down the east, and then he's going to head to the door that is to the northeast.
This one up here. Oh no, that one there.
This one here.
Yeah, which opens quite naturally.
Okay, and then he's going to go into whatever it is on the other side.
Cool.
Yeah, and Hex would have followed.
I don't. It's black for me. I don't know how black it should be.
I just need to know what Billy Bob's doing.
Yeah, we've all gone in.
Okay. Yeah, is Billy Bob's token?
Yeah, sorry.
He's hiding behind Hector.
Yeah. Okay, so
locked to each other.
And the door sort of like closes behind you. This seems to be some kind of operation room of some description. There's an empty bed right in front of you. The far bed does appear to have some kind of blood-stained sheeting on. And as you can see in the picture, there's a whole load of monitors down each side. and you can also see that there's 2 other doors leading out of the room.
On the monitors, is there any type of is there like an input device, or is there any, are the monitors on? Can we turn them on?
But it looks like you would hook them up to something. Does anybody have? Nobody has any medical skills that I can see of. See?
No, I didn't know whether or not there was anything computer wise that could be.
It doesn't look like a computer. It definitely looks more like patches or like crocodile clips that would be put onto the body. You recognise these from something similar from Ida's street clinic. The only thing is, these look a lot more expensive. A lot more expensive.
Okay, Studley's going to go over to where the bed is, the one with the blood-stained sheets.
Okay. Billy Bob and Hector, what would you like to do?
Billy Bob's going to look around the room, see if there's any like cameras for monitoring whatever was in here, and also look along these desks, see if there's any paperwork or anything.
Okay, so just roll your perception roll. And Hector, what would you like to do?
Hector wants to check the doors first. So that's his first priority. He wants to make sure that there's either buttons or, i.e., this one and this. Make sure that they open basically so they can get out. That's going to be his first thing.
All the doors, unless otherwise stated, once you get close to them, they go shh. They seem to be automatic on every single one of them.
Just out of interest, when the drone went past, did we see which way? Did it keep going straight forward, or did it make a right turn?
You're not too sure. All you know is that the sound got quieter. Right. And Billy Bob, there's no cameras in this room at all, and there's no paperwork. There seems to be a lot of what appears to be data pads around the place, stacked up. On those little almost like buff coloured shells next to your left, and over by Studley you can see some more. Studley, what did you want to know about the bed?
You say that it's got blood on it.
Yeah.
Is there any way that Studley can take a piece of the material? Is there, I don't know, a scalpel or anything nearby that he could cut a bit off?
There seems to be no scalpel nearby, but you do remember that Billy Bob has a hand blade, so he might be able to cut some of it off. The blood looks extremely dry. It doesn't look wet of any description.
Hector will walk over to Studley, reach into his boot and pull out his survival knife and just be like, try that. And then he's going to go off and try and have a look at the data pads.
Okay.
Could you tell how, well, not obviously how long, but is the blood been there a long time? Or is it like...
Do you have some kind of medical roll?
Well, I know for a fact if you leave blood long enough, it starts...
I know you know that. It looks dry. Studley, as if reading your mind, Hector comes over and produces a survival knife and says, try that.
Having never used a knife before, Studley's going to sort of like look at it. Is there like a thing at the end that you take off? Sort of like a thing that you screw off at the end?
It's a blade, and then it's got a little.
It's like a Swiss Army knife when you get some scissors.
It's like a proper knife that is bladed on one side, and on the reverse blade has got like little hacksaw bits on it.
Jagged,
jaggedy bits for cutting wood and things.
I mean, with this sheet still on the bed, Studley's going to stick the knife directly in and sort of like try sawing a bit to the end, and then he's going to do another one sort of like, so he's got two tram lines.
Yeah, so roll a knife skill.
Okay. What does it cascade down onto?
Well, just roll. If you just unrelease it, it'll come down as a knife or something like that.
Okay.
Blades.
Blades, yeah.
So it will be a combat one.
Yeah,
And what is it? Sorry?
blades, I think it
Blades.
is. Yeah, just normal rather than exotic. Yeah,
So that's no successes.
yeah, so you sort of like hack away at this this bed and this cloth, and you sort of like seem to get a lot of bits of cloth, some with some on, some with some not on. You make a tremendous mess out of the bed and the rest of it as well. You think you might have a bit of cloth that you can pick up at the end, but you're not too sure how much blood it will actually be on it.
Okay, well, from what he has, he's going to put it in his pocket,
Okay.
and then he's going to walk back up to Hector and offer him this knife back, and he's just going to say, "It seems to be faulty," and he's going to go up to this door, and he's going to listen at the door.
Yeah.
Hector will take the knife back, put it in the boot, but he wants to have a quick look at some of these data pads if they're in front of him.
Yeah, they seem
the data pads that,
they seem to be normal data pads.
as in, and then he'll pick one up, try and turn it on, and see what it does, and if it comes up straight away with like medical stuff, or if it
comes up that it requires a password. And you also notice that it has some kind of DNI input at the top. Studley, just make a perception roll, please, but at -2.
How big is the data pad? Is it like iPad size, or is it?
Yeah, consider them all iPad size.
2 successes.
Yeah, you can't hear anything down this corridor.
Hector will pick up the one that's on the top, and he'll walk over to Billy Bob and say, "Can you put that in your day bag? Might be useful." Athena might be able to look at it. And you'll pass it over to Billy Bob.
Yeah, so Billy Bob's gonna unsling it from one shoulder, drop to his knee, unzip it, pop it in there, like try and fit in securely.
Yeah.
And
so he pops it in his bag. Yeah, that's done and dusted.
Studley's going to open the door, and
yeah, well, I think you can actually see. Can you actually see down there? There's just a corridor with numerous doors on either side.
he's going to go to the first door on the north.
Yeah. So as you get towards it, it goes ka-chunk. Yeah, and I will reveal it.
Billy Bob immediately follows him in.
Right, so this seems to be a bed, and it has, as you can see, there's a lot of electronics attached to it. You can also see that there's straps on the bed in order to obviously restrain anybody who's actually put onto the bed. You also notice that the various drips and catheters and things like that are around that could actually be put into a person, for want of a better description. Hector, just while you're outside there, the door to your right slides open. What would you like to do?
Hector, he won't go in, but he's going to peer around into the doorway to see what he can see.
Okay,
without going in.
So as you peer in, coming out of the room, flies a what appears to be a drone with some kind of helicopter blade going. Just roll your dodge for me, please. Yeah, and you sort of like manage to back out the way as this drone goes down this corridor and then goes into this next room and disappears.
Okay. Hector's going to be intrigued. He's going to go over the comlink via his subvocal and go, a drone's just gone from one room to another, but it was flying this time. and then he's going to duck into this room that the drone came from.
Okay.
And says, "I'm in the room across to you."
Studley hearing this is just going to walk across. Does it look like a room that's exactly?
Yeah, it's exactly
Like
like yours.
Okay, he's going to come out and he's going to head down right the way down to the end of the corridor.
Yeah. So just out of interest, the other doors, as you pass, sort of like open themselves. There seem to be drones busying themselves in here. They seem to be cleaning.
And they're all the same room, yeah.
Yeah, and there's 6 beds, all to be attached up. That looks like there's some form of drip or something like that to maybe administer something or life support or something like that. But there's 6 rooms down here.
Okay. The room that Hector's still in, he wants to take some more pictures, and then he's going to put all the other ones that he's taken already of the lab, and then what seems to be this room with the bed and all the drips and all that stuff. He wants to put them and store them all on his comlink for the moment.
That's fine.
He's just going to do it for the one that's in this one, and then he's going to quickly duck back into the other room that they were in, and take a picture of the bed with the blood stains and
Okay.
and that sort of thing, and take pictures of all like the major things in there. And you're just going to let everyone know. I'm just taking some pictures. And
So
then
Studley
after-
and Billy Bob, you see Hector busying himself taking images of various things as you proceed down the corridor. You can see that there's a big room opposite you, another door opposite you, and to the south, Studley, as you get there, you can hear and see the security drones passing through that point.
So it's already passed down
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so hearing that it's already passed, Studley's going to come through this door.
Okay.
Is there a maglock on it?
No, it just opens as usual. Okay, there's a drone in this room that seems to be it's not moving or anything like that. It just seems to be stationary in this room. This seems to be some kind of MRI scanning room or something like that. You can see through the glass to that south door. There seems to be a whole load of monitors through there, and you can see the big scanning thing ahead of you that is obviously used for some kind of scanning procedure. The drone is just sort of like almost like deactivated rather than actually broken or anything like that. It's just sort of like sat. It's a hovery one, and its grav module is actually turned off, so it's actually resting on the floor.
Okay, it's just a door here.
Yeah, that leads through the into the area. Those white things are little stools, and
Okay.
that's the blue thing is a big glass window. And those grey things are sort of like obviously some kind of monitors and things like that.
Okay, so Studley's going to go through and he's going to... Are the monitors on?
No, everything just seems to be off in this room.
Everything's powered off.
Yeah.
And there's no light. There's no way of... There's no power switch or anything on the
You can
wall.
probably turn the monitors on if you wish.
Right, yeah. I'll turn the monitors. I didn't know whether or not everything was powered.
No, so
down.
you turn one on and you switch the switch, and everything comes to life. And this drone suddenly sort of like perks up and starts to hover. And Hector and Billy Bob, you hear the big machine sort of like come off to life as well. And you see all the screens sort of like go bah, 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 on, and you see the blank images at the moment, but you've sort of like you figure it might be some kind of imagery that comes through from the machine.
From that machine, right?
Yeah, that's what you assume.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this some sort of medic robot or medic drone type thing? Is it?
How would you tell?
It could be. It just seems to be a drone that seems to be come up to life. It certainly hasn't got any weapons on it from the ones that you saw outside. It seems to be a lot more passive. It may be a medic. It might be something to do with reading or conditions, or you're not too sure.
And then there's nothing written on it.
No.
Studley's going to listen at this door.
Yeah, if you tell me,
Sorry, the one to the south where he is at the moment.
If you, it'd be easier for you to say, I'll listen to something passes than if you're doing that.
Right, yeah. So he's going to
routine.
listen to the actual. He hears the noise of the drones passing. Then he's going to leave it a couple of seconds, and he's going to come in. He's come out. He's going to look to the west as he comes up. Is this a door here?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and then he's going to head for that door.
He's heading off on his own. Right.
Yeah,
So
and that is just a bathroom.
Okay.
Billy Bob's going to turn around to Hector and say, "Let's keep up."
Hector will get to that door and then go port, and then stop Billy Bob and say, "Wait for the next one to go past."
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can wait until the next drone goes past, and then you can all move to where you would like.
Okay, so as soon as the next drone's moved, and even before it's out of sight, Studley's going to come and head down here, and he's going to let these doors activate, but all he's doing is going to have a quick peep in just to see whether or not it's something similar to the ones that we encountered up here.
No,
Sorry.
it's not.
Are these doors here?
Yeah.
They are doors.
Yeah. This seems to be, it's almost like you can see four almost like pods that appear to have humans in them. The pods are sealed and they're connected to these machines that seem to have a reading going on. They're bleeping a lot. There's a lot of lines on them. And there seems to be two drones that are sort of like monitoring them.
Okay. Hector,
Okay,
as soon as those
we're going to
doors-
go into that room.
Okay.
Hector would have gone into that room, and he's going to keep out of the way of the drones, but he's going to continue taking photos. So he's going to take photos of the humans that are in the pods, and then a picture of whatever readings it is on the monitor behind them
Okay.
as well. So he'll do that for each of the four.
So yet again, you see Hector going around looking at things. He's in fact taking photographs of everything. What about the rest of you? What would you like to do?
Can we actually see through into these machines that these humans are in?
Yeah, the pods. Yeah, you can. They seem to be lying there, face up. They seem to be both men and women. And it looks like there's four there, but there's actually six. And they definitely have some kind of tube going into the main vein on their arm, and it looks like there's something being pumped into them rather than something being taken out of them.
Okay, so there is actually six. Are the people that are in these pods, are they wearing the same white garments as the ones that came out of the
No,
VTOL?
they're actually lying in the pod. They are naked apart from their nether regions and their top regions covered up. So they are decent, but they're not sort of like in white clothes.
Right.
Are any of the monitors on the that's displaying the vitals and that sort of stuff, and the stuff that's being pumped into them, have they got any codes or names on it, or does it say something like whatever's being pumped into them or anything?
No, there seems to be a whole lot of numbers.
Okay, well, Hector will make sure that he takes at least a picture of those numbers, and he's going to say to everyone, "I'm taking pictures of everything, and then we can piece it together later and perhaps Athena or Shem and Bart might be able to help if we go back to them and have a chat, show them more evidence.
Studley saying, yes, I'm actually I'm piecing it together as we go. This is obviously one of the first parts of whatever's happening to these people. The second part was in the room where you saw the flying drone. Because those were obviously being cleaned. Again, another 6 compartments. Maybe the last room with the scanner was just to make sure everything was all right before actually sending them on their way. Obviously to Southside to do
something.
Whatever. I'm thinking maybe human bombs, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Best to continue and see what else we can find. With that, he's going to listen at the next. He's going to listen at the door again. I'm waiting for.
Yeah. So So that's fine. Whereabouts would you like to go?
I want to head down here.
Yeah. Okay. So you can make it down there. That's not a problem.
Hector will sort of follow Hossett.
And then go to the first door on the south.
Yeah. So these all appear to be some kind of offices. All of them. They all seem to have active computers in them, but absolutely no people.
Okay, and the computers are they're
DNA things, are they?
Data jacks again, are they?
No. These are normal, manual, old-fashioned computers.
Okay, so can I go into one of these?
Yeah.
I'll just stand in that one.
Is it still blacked out?
It is, yeah.
There you go.
No, there we go. Okay, so is it more like a consultation room, like a little doctor's surgery?
Yeah, it definitely looks like something like that.
Maybe even for an interview or something like that.
Possibly.
Studley's going to sit behind one of the computers and he's going to turn it on.
It's on already.
Okay. What does it have like a?
It has the medical recreation logo on it that's spinning in and out, and there's actually an old-fashioned keyboard on it.
Okay, he's going to press the space bar.
Yeah, it comes up and that goes away and it asks for the password.
Okay, is there any drawers in the desk?
Yes.
Okay, he's going to open one of the drawers and have a look see what's in the drawer.
There's various paperwork, but if you're looking for a password, there's not one in it. There's a whole load of paperwork and data pads with various words on it, but it would take you a long time to actually go through that. You can actually have a go if you wish using your computer skill.
Yeah, he'll try.
Okay, you need to change your ability that's assigned to it, because you're going to use computer and intuition rather than logic.
Okay.
Because it's more luck that you're going to have a go at this. So you wade through the papers and then you think, right, I'm going to have a go at this.
Okay.
Hector's going to look at the thing in front of him. See what it is. Is it a bookshelf or a desk?
It just seems to have more data pads on it.
Okay.
Yeah, Studley, you take a guess from all the paperwork you find and you type it in, and it actually allows you access.
What comes up?
It just appears to be almost like a whole load of files that are probably stored on the central system.
Can you go into the first one and just get a brief rundown of what it is?
What are you looking for? Tell me what you're looking for.
anything that might mention anything to do with blood samples, anything that might mention to do with some type of rotting disease, or
Okay, then roll your computer and logic this time.
is it a search?
Yeah,
Because I'm specialised in
Yeah.
searching.
you can search for it.
3 successes.
Yeah, there seems to be quite a lot of information about samples and results, and things like results about blood type, and there seems to be no names. It appears to be the word subject keeps coming up, and then a 3-digit number next to it. So it sort of like says subject 94, subject 13, subject. The highest number you get is 105.
But from what Studley remembers, the ID456, that was something that Ida had given this blood sample.
Correct. Ida gave it that number. These seem to be more identification for people, because
Right.
they definitely says subject, and then you notice underneath it there's things like height and weight and blood types and cholesterol level and things like that.
But it doesn't give any names.
No.
Is there like a search bar that I can
There's
type in
no-
Matthew Jenkins or anything
There's
like that?
no names at all. They're just referred to as subjects throughout the whole of the data file. It's as if their identity has been removed in some way, and they're now just being referred to as numbers.
Okay, so Studley's going to power down the computer,
Cool.
and he's going to go and listen at this door. And when he knows it's clear,
I didn't see the ping. Sorry.
so the door that they're on, he's listening at the door that he's on.
Oh yeah,
And once it's clear, he wants to head to the one right the way to the west.
yeah. There seems to be no movement down here at all, and all these 4 rooms are exactly the same as the one that you've been in.
Okay, so
Are you
Studley's
going onto
to
the
think-
computer on each one of them?
No. The first thing that he wants to do, he wants to check the room to the end, to the west.
Oh yeah, cool.
So that's the first thing he wants to do. He wants to go into that one.
Okay, so this room is almost like totally different to all the rest. Can you see the door with the glass on either side?
Yeah.
All these doors.
That's where we've come in, yeah.
This, hang on, let me just. This door here. Hang on, I'm on the wrong. This door here. All
Yeah.
these doors appear to be almost like they seem to be a lot substantial, more substantial, and that door does not open automatically. You do notice that there's a madlock by it. It appears to be there's a drone busying itself in here, and just make some perception rolls for me, please. Yeah, across the far side, all those black things that you can see definitely are containers of what you assume is blood. It looks like something that's quite deep and red in colour, and it seems to have a label on it, but at the current position where you are, you can't see. And just as you see that from the door, as you're looking into the north of it, a droid comes through and carries on making some kind of adjustments. The two things to the south appear to be some kind of trolley with carts on, and it seems that it every now and again it's putting one or two of these what appears to be blood into the carts, and it continues to do that until there's 3 in one and 3 in the other.
And then what happens? Studley's going to watch it and sort of like observe in detail to find out what.
Yeah, well, it just seems to then continue. It comes over to one side and fiddles with some medical equipment. Then it goes back through that that northern door, and then it comes back out again. It never leaves that inner chamber, apart from to go through that northern door to the east. It never goes out of the other door. It never goes.
Are we talking this door or this door?
To the eastern one. So it goes in and out of this one. It never ever goes out of this one. And you can also see up there's a glass panel as well.
Hex wants to look around the room that they're in. Is there what else is in there? Are there lab coats? Are there
no? It's
like
completely devoid of everything apart from the madlock to open the door.
Okay. Hex will say to the party, "Do we think we should try and get one of those blood samples? Would Ida find that useful? Or is that too much of a risk?"
Oh, she'll probably find it useful, but I would probably say that we're probably in some type of airlock at the moment.
It does look like some sort of science laboratory room that might be a bit dangerous for us.
But I don't know how much use a blood sample would be, but yes, I mean I would really like to have a look in this other room first. Without going in, Studley's going to. Does it when the door opens? Does it look like it's lit?
Which room are you talking about?
This one here.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to cast a spell at force rating 3.
Yeah. Presume it's going to be clairvoyance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you resist the drain and you appear in this room. Okay, it appears to be some kind of production. They seem to be manufacturing something in there, and it appears to be some kind of liquid, and it seems that at the end there's a container that is like a little vial, one of these black ones that you can see, that is almost like half full of blood, and as it finishes the manufacture, some liquid drops into the blood and fills it up to the full height, and the robot aggravates it and shakes it, and then brings it back out and puts it on, and starts to replace the 6 that happens. You can also see there's a computer in there that is blinking away.
The liquid that comes out into the blood when it's half full, does it come out of a dispenser or anything?
It seems to be one of those massive sort of like whole load of containers and tubes, and in the end it just sort of like filters out into it.
Right. Looking in there, is there anything that could be used to take a sample of that? Are there like any empty test tubes?
Yes,
or anything
there's
like
a whole load of these empty vials, and there's also a computer in there.
Right. Okay, so Studley's going to cancel his clairvoyance, and his sight's going to come back to his sight, and he's going to turn to Hector and says, "Yes, I definitely need to be into that room."
Okay. Hector will get his lockpick out and then move towards the door and try and pick the maglock.
Studley's going to say, make sure you check for tamper devices, won't you?
Yeah. So he'll look for tamper devices first after
Okay, so do
half
locksmith.
taking the.
Yeah,
so
locksmith
that's what he's
plus
looking for first.
agility first. Yeah, a locksmith and intuition first, please.
Locksmith. Change that to intuition.
Yeah, you don't think there's anything there.
Hector's going to use an edge to re-roll that
Okay.
to try and get successes. If that's all right. So that's 9 dice. One success.
You don't think there's any tampering in there?
Okay. In that case, he's going to then carry on and
So it'd be locksmith
try and pick the lock.
locksmithing and agility now. Yeah.
Six. Why did I got that?
Yeah, you click it in, and you finish tapping the last, or joining up the last wires with your lockpick and everything, and you hear the click of the door of the lock, and the door goes. You hear this, and the door slides open. And all of a sudden, you hear these sort of like the sound that goes beep, 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 beep. And you notice this like this yellow tinge starts to cover the room that you're in, and also outside. And it seems to be coming from some kind of lights in the top of the room. The door is now open.
Hector's going to swear and go, "Quick, Studley!" And then he's going to turn to Billy Bob and says, "I think we might have company." And he's going to put his lockpick. He's then very carefully going to put his lockpick away and put it in his coat pocket.
Studley's going to head into this. Does this door open as well as he?
Yeah, it just opens as you arrive. Hector and Billy Bob, what are you doing?
Hector's going to stay by the door, ready to.
The door is open.
Okay. Does it look like it's closing, or does it?
No,
is it
it
staying?
looks like it's definitely open.
Okay. Hector he's still going to stay where he is, but he's going to be watching the drone, the robot very carefully.
Okay then.
As he goes in, Studley's going to look around and go, "Close the door," and he's going to go up to the computer.
I just need to change. So we're still in feet. I was just looking at. That's better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay then. So, Billy Bob, what are you doing?
Billy Bob's going to stand guard with Hector. Does this is this a gas? Can he smell it, or?
No, it just seems like it's some kind of airlock that let off air, as it's probably been sealed correctly. Hector, will you please make a perception roll for me? And Studley, what are you doing with this computer?
Is it on? You said it was blinking.
Yeah, it certainly is.
What does it say on it?
It seems to be a series of code that is manufacturing this thing. Hector, you notice that the drone is very still, but shaking slightly, and you notice that on its chest a screen has come to life, and there seems to be a bar going along it, and there seems to be a percentage getting higher and higher and higher on it.
Hector's going to get on sub vocals and say, "Hurry up, Studley! The robot seems to be loading something.
It's at 50%.
It's got a loading screen. It's on 50%."
Correct, and increasing.
Dudley's still looking at the thing. He's going to break off, and he's going to say, "I did say close the door."
In that case, Hector will try and close the door.
Yeah, the door won't close.
It's not closing.
It seems to be. What would you like to do with the computer, Studley? 60%.
It's just there's no input device. It's just running something.
Yeah, you can access it if you wish. There's a keyboard, etc.
Okay, he'll press spacebar on the keyboard.
Yeah, it seems to be just running a whole load of data. You could probably download what it's doing if you wish. 70%.
No, he can't because he can't download anything. Unfortunately,
Okay.
he doesn't
Hector's
have the
gonna say-
facility to download. So he's going to go and
80,
he's going
70%.
to grab a test tube or whatever, something that he can take a sample of
70%.
this stuff that's
80%.
going into. You there?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
listening.
80%. Hurry up.
Into the thing.
Yeah, you can get a piece of it. Yeah.
Are there any gloves? No, there won't be
no.
because everything's been operated by drones. So he's going to hold it as carefully as he can and try to get a sample.
Yeah, well, you can just pick up the tube that's at the end. That's going into the thing that's going into the end with the blood. 90%.
That's a mixture, is it?
90%.
Though?
Hurry up.
Time to move.
Well, you can move that out of the way and just put an empty vial. You can
All
tip
right,
the
he'll
blood.
move that out.
You could just
out
tip
the way.
some of the blood out and just take the thing.
Yeah, he'll just
Hector's
move
got his
the
hand
end
on his
one and then
taser now.
put that
Billy
underneath.
Bob's
It.
going to tell Hector to get into a corner.
Hector's going to back off into the far corner.
This drone in the room goes "Du-du-du-du-bum," and just turns down, and you see on its chest it says "security wipe activated,"
Hector's going to go.
and then it
Whatever you're going to do.
flashes back "security wipe completed."
Hector's going to say, the droid seems to have, or the robot seems to have security wiped itself. You better hurry up before it does that to the computer as well and stops anything.
Has Studley got the sample?
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to start making his way back into this place,
Yeah.
and he's going to hold up the sample and he goes, "Oh, I seem to have managed to get a sample."
So at all this time that you're sort of like having this discussion, all the lights are still going beep, 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 constant now. The yellow lights are flashing, etc., etc.
Hector's going to say, time for us to go, I think. And he's going to go out the door and he's going to go and wait at the corner, waiting to see what the security drone's doing.
Yeah,
It's
so
still circling.
as you get to that corner and sort of like peep round, there's a burst of fire, and you quickly, both of you, sort of like nip back round the corner, and there is definitely a security drone here that has just peppered the wall with submachine gun fire.
Studley's very carefully walking down the corridor with this tube, making sure that it doesn't fall over.
Okay, guys, I need to know whether or not you're going into combat. Because if we're going,
The
Yeah.
door across here, is that got a mag lock on, or is that one that you could just walk into?
it doesn't have a madlock on now.
Hector's going to try and dive across and get into that door.
Okay then.
No.
So Hector dives across to get into the door, and as you dive across, the door doesn't open.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
So and as it dives across, of course the machine gun fires. So the first thing I just need to do is see whether or not I get sensor lock on you. Just 1 second while I roll that. Where's me? Don't want that. Tests. What's just want to clear that. Okay, so as you dive across, you don't see, but Billy Bob, you actually see almost like this red line track Hector as he runs across, almost like in slow motion. And as Hector runs across and the door doesn't open, you suddenly see this red light on him, sort of like almost like a crosshair goes beep 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 beep, and
As that happens, can Billy Bob jump in front?
No, because he would be here.
Yeah.
Okay, and so this is your this is your armor that needs to absorb this.
Right.
Okay, so this is your armor that you need to click onto. So let me just fire my gun at you. Dum, bum.
Billy Bob's gonna shout, "Dipshit!" Oh, I should have done that.
Okay, so I get 2 successes.
You want me to soak?
Yeah, so you're soaking, but hang on a minute, because I am burst firing at you. I think off the top of my head, but somebody can correct me.
-4, is it?
It's not full auto.
-2 then.
It's -2 plus I've got lock on you, so that'll be minus. Let me just check it. I think it is -2 with burst fire. Burst fire, yeah, -2. But yeah, -2 plus my lock, -5. So you've got -5 on your dice roll, and you've got an AP of. It doesn't change it.
So that's -5.
If you've got luck, use it before the dice roll, Lisa, and you can get exploding 6s.
That's a good idea. Hector will probably edge that.
Okay.
Pre-edge it. So hang on, cancel.
So I said luck, didn't I? That's
You did say luck, but I knew what you meant. There we go, and then it's -5. No, -5. Four successes.
So I'm currently doing. Let me just call up my drone again. I'm currently doing 10 physical on you with this drone fire. So what did you get? So
I got
4 successes. So you take 6p as this splatters into you as you run across. That's
Okay.
4-round burst, so that takes me down to that. Yeah, so Hector dies across it just as Billy Bob says no, like that, and as it comes across, you see the sensors sort of like aim in and fire off this Ingram burst, and a whole load of fire sort of like bats into Hector as these things sort of like go, and you see sort of like gets battered left, right, and centre. What's your physical limit?
Physical limit is 6.
And how much damage did I do to you?
6.
6. Yeah. So you feel yourself stagger a bit, but you're not pushed to the ground. But you get to the door, and the door does not open. Okay, guys, let's go into initiative now.
Studley thinks to himself, lockdown. It's all in the word.
Let's do some initiatives.
Oh, I didn't.
No, I have to re-roll it. It was a nice roll as well.
No, it's all right.
absolutely.
I can deal with that, don't we?
Hang on. How many did he roll then?
Let me just call up my So, because I didn't have my turn order, Billy Bob is at 22. Studley is at 6. I'm at 21.
Oh wait, no, I've still got edge on.
I was going to say.
I'll re-roll it. 22.
22.
Did you roll 5d6s as well?
Say
Billy
again.
Bob.
I don't know what I rolled.
I rolled
Is-
5d6s.
It says plus 5d6s.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where my edge is.
He should have rolled 11. Your edge must be on.
My edge isn't on
No,
this time.
no, I'm talking to Billy Bob.
Oh, okay.
What? No,
Yeah,
my initiative is.
yeah. When I came onto your character sheet, because it should have rolled 11, and it's rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, hang on. It's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
11 plus 2.
It's done. It's rolled 6 plus 5d6s.
Yeah, that's what that's
Yeah. So
Didn't
that,
we have
mine's
this
done more than that.
last time?
Mine's
yeah.
done 13 plus
so
5d6s.
just roll your initiative again. I'll take the 22. I just need to see what it's rolling next time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You rolled 31.
It's rolling 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Because it's
5
getting
plus
zeros.
1.
Why is it getting zeros?
5 plus 1. 5 plus 0. 0 plus 0.
They haven't updated the thing, have they?
I don't know.
Right, how many d6s does it say in your initiative?
It's 11. It should,
11 plus 2 d6.
Okay, so roll 2d6, just put / roll 2d6 and add 11 onto it, and you do the same, Hector.
Slash. Roll. 2. 6.
No, slash.
Plus 11.
plus
Yeah,
That's glitched. So that's 13.
Okay.
That's 13, isn't it?
and you do the same, Hector.
I've been trying. It's saying it's unrecognized. Slash. Is there a space after the slash?
No, / roll.
Okay.
Or just use a normal roller if...
2d6 plus 11. No. Vigil, what's it? Do it this way.
I do love these initiative rolls.
I need to see why that's coming up at such
20.
20.
There we go.
Yeah, cool.
There
Right,
must be something to do with the character sheets.
I'll have a look at it. Don't worry.
But mine doesn't. Mine's not coming up with it.
No. Right, there you go. So, first thing that happens is that I am firing my burst at Hector. Hector, you get a dodge
Phew.
this time. So, if you would like to roll your...
Have you got any edge left, Hector?
No.
So this is your this is your dodge, which is at this is just your normal dodge to see. So I get 4 successes.
Three.
Right. So this is 9p. 9p coming in, and so
Okay.
now you need to roll your soak.
Yep. Is it still -5?
It'd be -3 for my lock, -3 for my lock, -2 because it's burst fire. Yeah,
3.
3 points. So that takes it down to 6p.
Okay.
Are you up?
No, is he buggery?
Is he buggery? No, he's not.
Has your overflow gone?
I've got one overflow left.
Okay. Okay then. So so that is a thing. Hector's out of it at 20. Billy Bob, what would you like to do?
Point and laugh. No.
You were right, Billy Bob. You just said no. That second too late.
Billy Bob's got. Is he still moving?
No. Hector is down on the floor in a pool of blood. His he looks like he's definitely unconscious. His lined coat is peppered with a whole load of bullet holes, and
Right.
and the little red targeting thing is just going like that.
Okay. Then Billy Bob's gonna just turn round to Studley and tell him to get into one of these rooms.
That's your free action. What do you wish to do?
Billy, he's just gonna stand his ground until this drone moves in closer.
Okay.
And as soon as it gets close enough, he's gonna try and rip the sensor off the machine.
Okay. Studley, you're on 6.
You're not that strong. Studley's going to place this file down on the floor carefully.
It looks
And-
Studley. It looks quite substantial.
Okay,
They,
and then
they
he's
don't
gonna,
make vials that would actually, break or anything like that. They wouldn't want things like that.
and then he's going to use up all his action basically to say this, because it's going to be more than sort of like 5 words. He's going to say, "Lockdown probably means that the doors are locked, and you need to get him down this corridor, then hold him off."
That's the plan.
Okay. So that's. Would you like to change your initiative, guys?
Yeah, Studley's out of it. I'll be a minus. I'll click it anyway. I've clicked it for you.
And Billy Bob, you'll be on. Was it 3?
I just changed mine.
No, it went down to. What
No,
were
you changed it, and then it was just being deleted off the turn order.
Yeah, it wasn't. His original thing was
Right.
there as well.
It would have been 3 then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was asking. Yeah. Okay. So Billy Bob, you're up.
Okay, so
You can see that this sensor is now sort of like scanning the corridor backwards and
So,
forwards.
yeah, he's not going to go out there to get that sensor tracked on him. He's going to wait till it either moves on or it comes closer.
Okay. So let's go into the next round.
Okay. So what am I doing here with this initiative?
You
Just
just roll.
roll.
Go on to the normal roll thing where you click the dice, type in 2, change it to D6 plus 11.
And I'll check it later. Do you want to roll Studley as well?
Yeah, sorry.
Two D6 plus 11.
That's all right.
No, just go on to the dice roller big.
Right.
The one where you click the actual dice.
Okay.
On the advanced roll, change it to 2.
6.
In the thing, change it to D6, and in the plus, do 11.
There we go. 15.
Sorry.
Perfect. And then I can add you. Excellent. Okay then. Yeah. So you can still see this sensor scanning the hallway.
Okay, yeah.
But backwards and forwards. Billy Bob, you're up.
So yeah, he's still literally gonna hold his ground until that drone moves on, that sensor closes down and moves on, or if it's gonna move closer. I ain't going out there.
He's
Okay.
dead then. The other guy is dead.
Yeah.
Studley, what would you wish to do?
Right, Studley's going to make a dash for it. He's going to grab him. If the tank's not, Studley's going to do it.
You're seriously going to go across to
No.
Hector?
I can't see any other choice in it.
Well, apart from the fact, sorry, if you dive out there with your dodge and soak,
You're gonna die.
you're going to die as well, and it's just going to be a pile of bodies over there, isn't there? I don't think you could get over there and get Hector and pull him back, if that's what you're thinking of doing. I don't think you'll be able to do that. I think the drone would pick you off before you get there. Is that what you were planning on doing?
Well, I can't think of any more options.
He wants right. You want me to go and grab? I get that, but if that sensor clicks on again, I can understand me taking the hits. Yeah, great, but that's not going to stop the fact that it can either close down and move on and start patrolling again, or it's going to come closer.
The system, the place has gone into alert. The doors are locked. This drone is not going to move until we're all dead or it's dead.
Right.
You've got two choices. We can either wait here or you can grab him, bring him back, and do what the tank does.
Right. Yeah, do that then.
Okay, so what are you going to take out the drone?
No,
or-
he's gonna go and grab.
Okay, so if you fire at the drone from where you
Right.
are, you're firing from cover, so you'll have +2. +2 to your defense roll because you're firing from cover when it comes to defense. So you can do that if you wish. So you can either fire at the drone, or I think you've got gel rounds in your gun.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So that's not going to. Are they stick and shock?
No.
No.
He hasn't even got his weapon out anyway.
Right, but what I'm trying to do is get through. So even if you had gel rounds, I don't think they have any electrical things, so they won't actually. I don't think they have any effect on drones. Juggerwugger, is that correct?
No. The combat is not an option at the moment until he gets one of Hector's guns. And
Right.
at least then he can do damage unless he calls shots and changes it from stun to physical.
Okay, then. So what will happen then is that if you go out, as you go out, then the drone will try to target you, and then it will release a burst fire. You will still get your dodge roll because you know it's coming. Well, Hector didn't know it was coming. You'll still get your dodge roll, and then you'll get your armor to soak it. And then you'll be able to grab Hector and pull him back.
Right.
So the first thing that's going to happen is that is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
Okay,
gonna do.
then. So you will dive out first on your action, and the first thing that will happen is that it will try to get lock on you. Okay, so it gets three. It sort of like goes on, and as you come along, you hear it go beep 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 beep. It then fires its weapon. So this is your dodge roll. So
Right.
you roll your dodge next.
2 successes.
So it gets 3. So it hits you as you go. It goes along. So it's going to do. Let me just check. 8. So it's currently doing 9 P against you. So you now roll your soak, and you're going to have -5 on that soak roll. So when it comes up, situation modifiers, type in -5.
Soak. Armor penetration -5.
Yeah, put it in there. That's cool.
6.
So you take it, you do 6 successes on it. So as it comes along, you hear the beep 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 beep, beep. It picks you up and it fires its Ingram, and you don't manage to dodge it because you're concentrating too much on grabbing Hector. And you feel that these bullets start to hit you. A lot of them hit your armor vest, some of them hit your dermal plating, and you take. Instead of the full 9p, it takes you. You only take 3p. You take 3 physical wounds, and you duck back inside. Sorry, Studley, that came with you. You duck back inside with Hector. Okay, Studley, it's your go.
Okay, Studley's going to cast a spell,
Okay.
and he's going to cast it as Force 6, and it's a heal spell onto Hector.
Cool. So, Hector, you will gain 3 boxes back. So, it takes up your overflow first, and then it comes into your physical. Is he there?
I think I've done it right. Yeah.
Okay, are you conscious?
No.
No. Okay, so you channeled your magic into him, but you just feel that his body is well and truly shattered with these.
Were you already damaged?
I had 9 health out of 10 originally. And then I've taken 2 lots of damage, whatever it was I was up to, so I added up to 13. So I'm now on 10, which is my max health, so I'm on 0 health.
So he was on overflow damage, Studley.
I had 1 overflow left out of 4.
Is he stabilized?
He's not dying anymore, but he's not conscious.
Right. Okay. You can only use heal once, can't you?
No, you can use it. Oh, hang on. It's a good question. I thought you could use it as many times as you want. But I will see. I think there's, as far as I'm concerned.
No, it can only be healed by time and rest. It says it in the spell description.
Oh, cool. That's all right then. You were quicker than me. Well done.
I want to use a point of edge to reroll my
Okay, cool.
failures. How many did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
1,
7,
2, 3,
8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Oh, why isn't it? I'll just roll 8d6. And on the roll thing's not working.
You just put it in the. There you go.
So another 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Another 3 boxes. Where does that put you?
So that gives me 3 health.
Excellent. Which brings you back to life, if a bit battered. And so well done, Billy Bob. You actually managed to get out there and take a bit of damage, but save Hector's life. And you as well, Studley, because you cast the heal to save it. Billy Bob probably mutters something about not doing that again. And what would you like to do, guys?
I mean, at the moment, Studley is concentrating on this spell to make it become permanent
Yeah, got you. So you'll be at
because it's
-2.
going to be
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 combat turns before he can do that.
Yeah, how many did you give? 6. It'd be 6, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because you put 6 boxes back. Okay, so the Billy, Bob, and Hector, what would you like to do?
Well, Hector's sort of still stunned and not really knowing what the hell's going on, because the last he remembers was feeling excruciating pain and then just hearing "idiot" being shouted at him.
From Billy Bob, yeah. It was probably more idiot like that.
Yeah.
I see. But you're able to act. You are able to act because you're actually conscious and able to do things.
Hector's going to be acting well. Yeah, he's just going to be acting a bit sheepish and not really sure what to do. So he's just going to look up at Studley and mutter, "Thank you," and then look up at Billy Bob and just be like, "Thank you for grabbing me." I assume
Studley's
that's
going
what's
to
happened.
grab Hector's gun. He knows which one is not his taser, and he's going to hand it to Billy Bob.
That's a 6-shooter, isn't it?
It's a 6-shooter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'll just use your normal pistol skill with it.
Right.
Are you firing it at it around the corner?
So yeah, he's gonna try and take an aim shot.
Oh, just so you know, I assume Hector probably have already told Big this, or Big would know this from you having being used to guns. There's an integral laser sight as well on the gun, which takes a simple action to turn on, and it gives a +1 accuracy. But
So
Hector,
he will-
you already know that already.
So
Turn that on.
it's whether or not you want to, because aiming will give you an extra dice to roll. Aiming will give you an extra dice pool or an extra accuracy. The laser sight, you'll need a simple action to turn it on, and then it'll just give you a +1 accuracy. So it's whether or not you want to aim to get that +1 dice pool, or whether or not you want to turn on the laser sight to have +1 accuracy, which means your total number of dice the total number of successes you can have will increase by 1. Which one would you prefer to do?
I'd probably just aim it.
Again, so aim, and then you will just roll your normal to hit roll. So if you probably roll your pistol, you probably say pistol skill, and I don't think it'd be specialized or anything. So you can just roll it as usual.
Pistol. Situation modifiers.
No, there won't be any.
No. 6 successes.
6 successes. So hang on,
You need to roll another. It's come up with wound penalty. His
Yeah.
what do you call it should have clicked in.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh yes. How many does that withstand? How many boxes have you
one
got?
box.
How many boxes have you got? Wound. How many boxes of physical have you taken in total?
3.
3. Yeah. So just roll 1d6.
1d6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still 6 successes.
6 successes. So what's that on your what's the
Just do your gun, Hector.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
So 7p.
So that's 13p, and then I've got a -1, haven't I? Because I can't. A drone can't of this size can't actually dodge it, but it can soak it. So what's it coming in as? 13p, yeah.
Yeah.
6p. Yeah, so you whack off this. Is it a what is it? Is it a revolver?
It's a 6-shooter revolver, yeah.
Yeah. So you fire it off, and it's just sort of like hits it square. It does some damage, but you find that it's got really good armor, and it sort of like pings off it, and it then of course fires back. Right, so it doesn't have lock on you anymore. So you can dodge. Where's my... So dodge roll first.
Right.
Don't forget to put
And
a situation
Oh,
modifier of +1.
Just roll another dice. Well, no, that's fine because it misses. So as it fires, you manage to duck behind the wall, and it just peppers the wall in front of you. Okay, you guys, Studley and Hector, is there anything that you wish to do?
Hector will reach into his pocket and produce the flash pack and say, "Would this help?" And he's gonna offer it to Billy Bob.
What is it?
If you throw it, it makes it harder to aim and to look at. I think. Need to get up the description because I didn't know actually.
It makes it harder for everybody to
It's
aim. It affects everybody. It's useful for running away.
Yeah.
But
Does it
for
affect
whatever modifiers you would get, everybody will get it.
Okay.
no.
Okay, so do you want to nip around and take another shot at it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he will do.
Okay, so roll your pistol, but remember the situation modifier, add 1 to it.
Will do. So it's the pistol. Idiot. Okay. +1.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's 4.
4 successes. So that's 7p, so that's 11. That's 11p. And this is my soak roll, which is -1. So it whacks it into its armor, and it absorbs the damage without fail. Okay, so you need to roll your dodge. Dodge roll first. Don't forget to add on that 1. And the as the Ingram on the it misses you as it does, but also Billy Bob, as the Ingram fires on top of the drone, you hear a slight click, and it seems to be jammed. It's almost as if the Ingram has jammed on the top
Right.
of the on the top of the thing. You guys, you Athena suddenly calls in and says, "Are you guys all right? There's a lot of activity down there."
Peachy.
Studley can't say anything because he needs to take his comm out to do that, and he's concentrating at the moment.
Hector will reply and goes, "Bit of a situation. I nearly died. They saved me, but we're in combat at the moment with a big fancy drone that's shooting at us. Any help would be appreciated."
Cool. She comments that she'll try to get into the see whether or not there's a host that she can actually get into. Studley, sorry, what did you say? That you can't talk or do anything because you're concentrating?
No, I said I can't take my comm unit out. I wasn't taking my comm unit out because I was concentrating on the spell.
All right. I think you can. What can you do? Concentrating on a spell. Because you
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can move and everything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she sort of like spends some time, and then she sort of like manages to get into the host, and she sort of like says, guys, what do you need doing?
Shutting drones down.
Shutting drones down, turning off the lockdown, maybe. That'd be really useful. Thank you, Athena.
Okay, so she actually after a few minutes, you notice that the red and the flashing and everything sort of like stops, and you hear a sort of like a slight pts, as the door right next to you sort of like opens up and allows you to gain access to that room again. It would appear that the locks are now open, and when you look around the corner, Billy Bob, you notice that the drone that was there has almost like started its patrol again.
Right.
Athena does sort of like get back in touch with you and says, guys, you might want to make a swift exit from there. There's a VTOL on its way, and it's closing in fast.
I think I agree. And his Hector's going to flip to the others and say, "Let's go."
Billy Bob's gonna throw up Hector over his shoulder.
No, Hector could run. He's fine to run. So yeah, so you can make it back out of the VTOL and the outside, and the VTOL once you're in goes through the same sort of like responses and sort of like says that it's ready, and it sort of like activates itself and flies on automatic pilot back to the dock area, the pier, and by that time. Studley, you've completely finished the spell off, so there's no need for you to actually concentrate on the spell anymore at all. So, yeah.
Sorry, can I just say, during the ride, Hector would have sent all the pictures that he's taken through to Athena as well.
Yeah.
So there's a second copy of them.
Yeah, cool. You probably wait until you get back into sort of like range of metro, because therefore the wireless connection kicks in a little bit better. So you get those fast uploads, and you manage to go from the warehouse area, the pier area. I can't remember whether or not you took Rusty Rosie or the moped there. I can't remember.
We took them both.
All right.
Yeah,
So that's fine.
We always do both.
And you are able to sort of like go back to the area, back to Ida, and present Studley. You are able to present the sample that you took from the medical centre, and Ida's quite impressed by this, and she sort of like tells you that it's actually some kind of virus that is actually attaching to the white blood cells within people's bodies, and that's what causes the transformation. It almost like gets rid of the immune system, and you all three sort of like sit there thinking, what because you don't really have any sort of like science skill to sort of like base this understanding on. Yeah, go for it.
Hector was also told Billy Bob to pass over the data pad that we took from one of the rooms as well, and says, I don't know if you'll be able to get into this, but it might have bits and pieces on it because we found it in one of the operating rooms.
Yeah,
that might help.
She takes that off you and says that it'll be good for her to get into that and see what else she can find out. And she's quite pleased with what you've brought back. You've completed the job, and she's quite happy to give you the full amount, which is 3,000 credits, and then if you remember, she would give you an extra 2,000 credits for successful completion and more information about it. And she's quite happy to give you the 5,000 credits at that point, and sort of like hands it over and transfers it to each of your bank balances via your comlink. And so you have the advantage of an additional 5,000 credits in your bank. And that, guys, brings us to the end of tonight's adventure. I actually thought we were going to lose everybody at one point. That was quite a feat. So I think you were just a little bit too, a little bit. You knew Big. You knew Billy Bob knew not to dash across that door, and thanks to Billy Bob rescuing you and also Studley healing you with a point of luck. You can't have many points of luck left, Studley.
I know.
So that was quite successful, and so you managed, and with Athena's help, you managed to be successful and gain a significant amount of money for future use. And somebody in the chat says congrats, so well done. Now remember, you can add that to your accounts on Google. Your Google accounts, and that feeds into my account, so it's watching those accounts. And that I will now just move you back to the starting screen. So only remains for us to say, just remind people anything you would like to say, where they can find you. If you don't have anything to say, then that's absolutely fine. But Chuggerwugger, anything you would like to say?
No. You can find me, of course, on Saturday, where I play Gulliver in the Mithras campaign on this channle.
Oh yes, and that's at a really good part, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think I'm tanking again.
Yeah, you're in there at the thick of things at the present moment in time. And Hector, where can we find you?
Hi guys, I'm Longshank CPG. You will find I'm not around for the next few weeks because I'm going home for the Christmas period. So I will be away from my PC. So you won't actually see me playing Mithras for the next 2 Saturdays, but I'll be here for Shadowrun on Tuesday, the 2nd of January, so long as Big Beastie and Chuggerwugger don't kill me first.
No promises.
Excellent. And finally, Big Beastie.
I am Big Beastie. You can find me on my own channel streaming.
You were playing
whenever.
Minecraft.
I was.
Yeah.
That was like a year ago. Other than that, you can find me in Will's channel again on Saturday playing Mithras.
Yeah, excellent. So thank you if you came along to join us tonight. It's really nice having a whole load of you in the chat and seeing how well the party does. So thank you for that. Don't forget, I will be back GMing or DMing for this group, including these three. Well, not Hector Longshanks, because he's not here, but also with Raph Inspired and Mr. Pickles will be around to play Mithras on Saturday night. If you want to catch up with any of the past episodes, then please do go along to inwills.co.uk. And you can also catch up with the campaign setting that I'm creating and see how it all fits together. There's also the classes over there. Also, do remember that you can join me on Twitter and also nip along to the Discord channel and join us over there. And so, guys, it only remains for me to say my usual way. Thanks to these three for being victims of tonight's adventure. And it only remains for me to say to each and every one of you, have fun, and I'll catch you all later. And until then, consider yourself well and truly waffled. Have fun, guys. Bye.
Bye.